What is up, guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video, one with my actual face, although it's half in the sun and half not in the sun, and if I'm squinting, I severely apologise, but the vitamin D from the sun is causing that problem at the moment. Is it vitamin D or is it vitamin C? I'm losing my mind. I'm delirious. But a lot of people ask me one question since we've gone into lockdown. Is the Big Brother lockdown the same as the coronavirus lockdown? And the short and long answer is exactly the same. Absolutely not. That said, I'm still going to do a whole video about it because I have absolutely nothing else to do and I have zero ideas. So this is me trying to compare the uncomparable, quite frankly, the Big Brother lockdown to the coronavirus lockdown. I mean, not the Big Brother was a lockdown. I mean, I guess you could look at it that way. I mean, it's a new way to look at it. We were locked in. But before I do get started on the video, check out all the social medias. I'll make sure I put them in the link. I'll make sure I put the link, you get what I mean, in the description. We've also got a Patreon if you are interested. We're doing videos on that now. We uploaded a video yesterday where I went through some of my Big Brother. I don't even know what I said, the things I stole from Big Brother, because I couldn't think of the word. What is it called? Memorabilia sounds ridiculous. Souvenirs. I just felt it all just sounded a bit ridiculous. So I said the things that I stole from Big Brother. I'm hoping I don't get a lawsuit in the post. But you never ever know. I'm also going to try and make this video relatively normal length rather than my usual 25-minute videos. I haven't done, I've just realised what I'm doing with my hand again. I've not done a YouTube video in donkeys. But when people ask me like the comparisons between Big Brother and coronavirus, I don't really get it, to be honest with you. One's a pandemic. One is a TV show. Nonetheless, let's get into it. So I guess if I had to try and explain why I don't really think they're very comparable. Firstly, is the reason for doing them. First big point. And I think there's quite a big difference between why we're doing this and why people do Big Brother. Now, obviously, I know most people think there's only two reasons to do Big Brother. I believe there's more, but for the sake of this video, and because I can't be bothered to list them all, the two reasons you do Big Brother are money and fame. We all know that. That's why we all did it. That's why I did it. We've got two very different reasons as to why we're doing these things. One is to save lives, and one is to go on a TV, win 100 grand. And whatever else people pretend that they're going on the show for. I can't even remember what I used to say. I'm joking. But, so the comparisons in that sense, and in the other sense as well, is Big Brother, we were locked in a house. Like, we couldn't go for daily exercise. We couldn't go to the shop for essential items. We actually had to win our shop. We didn't even get a shop. It's just not, I don't really understand, because people say, hasn't it prepared you? And I'm like, well, no, of course it's not. Has Big Brother prepared me for a pandemic? I don't quite think it has. It hasn't, to be honest with you. We didn't have any phones. We didn't have any. I mean, quite frankly, I'm thinking about how bored I am in this lockdown, and I'm thinking to myself, Jesus Christ, how on earth did I do it? Because I also watched back the series and I think, Christ, some of those housemates were boring as fuck. Do you know what I mean? How did I talk to them? No, I'm joking. I think that's how you did it. I think that's how we did it there. Because when you look at this lockdown and how difficult everyone's finding this lockdown, which of course it is very, very difficult, but obviously we all know how important it is and that we've got to do it. But that one, it didn't feel as... I guess it's because you wanted to do it. I guess we chose to do it. But more importantly, I think the biggest thing was... Because the biggest thing I'm finding hard about this lockdown is the lack of human interaction. Not that I usually have many, because I don't. Because I have no friends, even though everyone who... people used to say to me, God, Cameron, your social life must be booming after Big Brother. Nothing has been booming after Big Brother for me. Absolutely nothing. So I hope that clears it up. But I think the fact you had that human interaction every day, you could talk to people, you could find out this, you chat. I'd go chat to Thomas for 2 hours. I'd go chat to Lewis for a couple of hours. I'd go in the kitchen and cook pasta with Akeem just before we go to nominate each other. There'd be those things. You'd have a chat with Shine, you'd have a chat with Zoe about, and it would be different things. And everywhere you go would be a different kind of conversation because there's a different person with different stories and a different life and different ideas. And even just the two people I spoke to most in the house, Thomas and Lewis, the conversations I had with the pair of them were very, very different conversations. If I was to have a long conversation with Lewis, it would be different to that of Thomas, and that's really important when you're in a house locked together with no distractions, is that you have that variety. Whereas here, I only have James, and James is incredibly boring. So it is difficult to actually keep yourself going. So I think that, again, a massive difference there is we were locked in with 50 people. So has it prepared me in any way for this lockdown? No, not at all. Like, literally it hasn't. I can't think of one way it has prepared me. I mean, I guess the idea of counting the days is the only thing. Like, day one, it's like that again. And I woke up the other day and I thought to myself, God, shit, it's a game changer. I don't want to do it this week, you know, and then I clicked. Christ, Cameron, you're not in Big Brother anymore. You know, get out of it, get over it, move on. Right, try and build a life rather than just living off that for the rest of your life. You're not in it anymore. You're in the real world. And isn't it weird though that this isn't the real world? I mean, it is the real world, obviously, but it's not. But yeah. One thing I will say though, I tell you who is fucked up from this: the people who were in Big Brother while this was going on. Because I'm telling you, literally, I'm not going to lie to you. I watched the Canadian Big Brother Canada telling the contestants or housemates or house guests, whatever the fuck you call them, that, you know, that's it, it's done, we've got to end the show. They'd already informed about the coronavirus thing. And I'm not trying to be dramatic here. I mean, it does sound a bit dramatic when I put it, but I started crying. Which doesn't take a lot, to be honest with you. You only have to touch me and I'll start crying. But it was really emotional because I can't describe to you how scary that must be for them. I mean, I can relate a little bit to them, but obviously I don't know how it would feel in that moment, but I do kind of know how I think I'd react, and it's fucked up. Because what you've got to understand, when you're in Big Brother, you are literally in a bubble. I'm going to do the Big Brother bubble podcasty talk video very, very soon. I've been planning it for months. And it's hard to explain unless you've been in it what it quite feels like. But when you're in it, I'm not saying nothing else matters, because of course it does, because if I said nothing else matters, my family might not be too happy with me, because of course I did not mean that. But you kind of have to forget your life. You have to kind of, this is your life, and this is all you know. And to be told that this is all you know, and that you're going, and when you actually go out, even I went out into a world where there was no pandemic. Going out into a world where there's pandemic, there's death, there's sadness, there's a world that is completely and utterly changed from the one that you left. That's trippy, because it's hard enough to go from the world that is so, you know, your normal world for 19 years, to go in Big Brother for a couple of months and then to come back into the world, because it already feels different. It felt different for me, and it was pretty much the same. So I can only imagine how hard that is going to be for those house guests, etc. in the Big Brother Canada, but other ones around the world as well. There was Italy, there was Spain, I believe. How hard it's going to be for them to actually readjust. It's hard to imagine. It's going to be very, very tough. So, not that any of them are going to be watching this video, but I do send them my love, because it's, of course, a very difficult time for them, but of course a very difficult time for everyone. What a terrible, horrible time to be living in, and I think what's so sad about this time, and what's so rare about this incident, is that 95% of the population, well, globally, are probably have been affected and will be affected by this in a negative way, whether it be financially, whether it be your daily lives affected, whether it be your actual health, because of course this is, I think a lot of the time with this lockdown, people talk about, I'm struggling with the lockdown, daily exercise, and when's the lockdown going to be released. We forget that there are nearly 1,000 people dying a day here right now, and across the globe it's 7,000-8,000. This is a terribly sad time, and it's awful, really, isn't it? It is really, really sad, and I think we do have to remember just how tragic of a time it is, but also that, the way we're feeling, the things that are going on, this is so rare, and that whatever you is worrying you about the corona. I mean, we've got issues here with the flat. We were meant to leave a couple of days ago, and things. We were worried about rent arrears and things like that, but you can't worry about them, because this is an unprecedented time. I know people love saying that word, but all we have to do is just stick with each other, keep checking in on your friends, keep checking in on your family, not literally, I mean just by message. Christ, that was the Sunday I was encouraging everyone to go see each other again, and just, we've all got to try and get through this together, and all try and keep everyone as healthy and safe as we can, and yeah, so a Big Brother lockdown has not prepared me for this. Big Brother was not filled with sadness. It was not filled with this. I know I've depressed the whole thing, so I apologise about that. But we've all got to sit together, get through this. We're living in a very, very weird world. And it does. I guess the thing I can connect the dots. I said about the Big Brother bubble. There's certainly a bubble. You feel like you're in here. It's like a new world, isn't it? I heard people say, I've forgotten what it was like before. And that's kind of what we used to say in Big Brother. So it is like that again. And even though you feel like you're stuck in a bubble right now, we will burst the bubble eventually, and we will all be okay. And we'll be there to be strong enough to support those that have been really, really hit by this in ways that we can't even imagine. So I'm sending you all love, health, safety, stay safe. List of the rules. Let's hope that we can get through this with as less distraction as possible. But send you all love. That's it for this video. I've depressed it miles too much. It's gone on for 11 minutes. That is it. So the comparisons between the Big Brother lockdowny thing and coronavirus lockdown, well, they end at just that. There are absolutely zero real connections between the two. But thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please let me know some other video ideas. I desperately need them because I can't remember anything. Follow me on all my social medias. Leave a like, leave a comment down in the comments below. I really would appreciate that. And you can follow our page if you want to. Check it out. Lots of videos on there, and more coming. We're going to be a lot more regular with the uploading on there now, because again, there's nothing else to do. There's no excuse. Happy Easter, Merry Christmas, Happy Halloween, and I'll see you next year. Bye bye.